the Dawgs Podcast with your hosts, Blake Reneker, Justin Charles, and Josh All.
What's up, Browns fans? Welcome back to another episode of the Dawgs Podcast. Justin, Josh, myself here in studio, coming to you week of July 4th. Hopefully everybody gets to have a nice short week at work, maybe even extend it into a 4-day weekend. Unfortunately, I'm working Friday because I'm an idiot.
That stinks.
So it is. At least it's a shorter week for me. We got hopefully a fun episode lined up for you. Going to talk a little bit Cavs basketball. Big news for the Cavs today. Donovan Mitchell signed his extension. We're going to talk a little bit about Nick Chubb's progress, working out with his running back coach, and then everybody seemed to like the kind of like the snake draft we did last week with sports movie characters. So we're going to do another one of those here today, July 4th themed. So stick around. Hopefully you guys enjoy this episode. Before we dive into everything, though, remember, if you want to get your intros and your voicemails on the show, head to thedawgspodcast.com, tap leave voicemail. In the drop-down menu, you can leave us a voicemail there, find the merch store, get yourself some Dawgs swag. Is swag still a word? Do the kids still say swag?
Okay.
It's fire.
That's yeah.
Is that still a thing? Yeah. I'm showing my age.
Yeah.
You can call me Gray Bush.
No cap.
If you're watching on YouTube, please like and subscribe. Make sure you tap the notification bell so you never miss a new episode. We're trying to get to that 10K subscriber mark before the start of football season. We're inching there slowly but surely, so we appreciate all the support for everybody who has already subscribed. If you prefer to just listen to the show, you can find us on Apple, Spotify, and Google. You can also find us on all the major social media platforms at the Dawgs Podcast. Lastly, if you're looking for more Dawgs content, head to jointhedawgs.com. Become an official Dog Pack member on our Patreon page. You get access to the private Discord. You get to be a part of the Dog Pack After Hours episodes that we're doing now. Basically, you get to call into the show and be on the show. Get your thoughts on whatever we're talking about that day. We've done 2 of those now. 2 or 3?
3.
3. We even had Kenny Mack in studio for the last one. So that's been a lot of fun. So you get to be involved with us behind the scenes, as well as just you get to be on episodes of the show if you so choose. You also get to play fantasy football with us. We had 5 redraft leagues and a dynasty league last year. There's also talks of wanting to start up a second dynasty league. So if you're interested in playing fantasy football with us, make sure you guys sign up for that dog pack. Get in there. We will have signups going shortly. Typically the cutoff is around mid-August. So you got about 6 weeks or so to get in there, meet everybody, get signed up, so you can be a part of the fantasy football season with us. And it's just a great time hanging out with everybody from all over the world. Kenny Mack, we have him in studio. I'm going out to Vegas for the game this year. Kenny's going to be there. I think another dog pack member, Peter's going to be out there. There's a ton of guys coming into town for the Chargers game this year. So it's just it's been probably the coolest thing we've done so far, is starting the dog pack and letting everybody just kind of meet. The thing runs itself anymore. You know,
it really does.
You know, like just it's a good time in there. So if you want access to that private Discord, you get to meet everybody. Check out jointhedawgs.com, become an official dog pack member. So what do you guys want to start with? You guys want to start relevant Cavs news? You guys want to start Nick Chubb, since it's a Browns podcast? What do you guys want to get into first?
What do you feel? Because you're gonna lead the discussion on the Cavs stuff. So
let's just talk Donovan Mitchell real quick. Right. It's at the forefront of our minds. It just happened today. So first of all, this was so outside media driven, and it was driving me crazy. All the talk of Donovan Mitchell doesn't want to be here. He wants to go to New York. He's definitely not going to sign his extension. He wants out. Blah 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 blah. Signs a 3-year, $150 million max contract extension. I just saw, why not 4 years? It says in the 4th year, Donovan Mitchell will be, I think, a 10-year league member.
Yeah.
So he's entitled to a certain percentage of the salary cap, and his max extension can go up to like $65 million a year or something crazy. So that's why, most likely, why it's a 3-year deal. Donovan Mitchell has said the entire time he likes being in Cleveland. He was excited when he got traded here. And the entire time he's been here, he's been nothing but a great teammate. He's a top 3 Cavalier right now. Obviously, number 1 is LeBron. And then there's a lot of debate out there on who's been the second best Cav, Kyrie or Donovan Mitchell. I'm going to still give it to Kyrie. The shot, a championship.
Oh, yeah.
But Donovan Mitchell, I mean, 72 or 71 points? 71. He's top 3 greatest Cavaliers all time right now, and he's only been here a couple of years. So, and he's been nothing but a great teammate. He seems like he's been completely bought in. Even when we had a coach that it came out after the season that it didn't seem like a lot of guys had bought into JB Bickerstaff. but we didn't hear public complaining. At least I didn't pick up on a ton of that. Like they seem to play hard for JB, making the playoffs. He's the Cavs franchise for the first time in our lives is relevant and good without a guy named LeBron James on their team.
Yeah.
At least, and I'm not going to say in my life because obviously in the 90s, the Cavs were good. But I mean, I was 6 years old. You know what I mean? Yeah. I don't hardly remember that. At least in my teenage to adult life, the Cavs have only ever been relevant and not basically a dumpster fire when LeBron's been on the team. So obviously the turnaround started before Donovan Mitchell got here, but he's kind of been a galvanizing force in the locker room in terms of like getting players to buy in. The first round's not the goal, that kind of thing. So this is a big get for the Cavs. Now, I don't think that he should be done. I don't know how much you guys are keeping up with it, but the East has really reloaded this offseason. So I think the Cavs are saying all the things like they're not going to split up their core four. There's been a lot of talk that Jarrett Allen and Darius Garland are going to be on the trading block because you need the Cavs desperately need a small forward. They're very small in the backcourt right now. You got Donovan Mitchell, you got Darius Garland, and then you roll out there with Isaac Okoro at times. Like, we're very small. We get killed on the boards a lot. We get bully balled a lot. And you saw there was a lot of talk about Evan Mobley not kind of taking that next step offensively last year. And then when Jarrett Allen went out in the postseason with the ribs, Evan Mobley balled out. And you saw like, hey, maybe as much as we love Jarrett Allen, these two might not get the best out of each other. He clogs the lane too much, Jarrett Allen. You know what I mean? Mm. So Evan Mobley needs room to work. I don't want to get rid of Jarrett Allen because one, I think he's a great teammate. I think he's a good guy, and he's one of the top centers in the league. Yeah. And at a position that's kind of like a dying position, he's still really good. So, but the Cavs got to make some moves. They're saying all the things. I have a feeling they're saying some of this stuff about not trading DG, not trading Jarrett Allen, because you're not going to come out and say you're going to do that. And then if you don't make it happen, you got two guys on your team who know that you didn't want them here. They start demanding trades, that kind of stuff. So you got to say all the right things. And if you are exploring trade opportunities, it's got to be on the hush. You know, like you can't, it's got to be tight-lipped. Nobody can know. You're calling in the like Watergate type stuff. You know what I mean? Because you can't let that get out. They got to retool the roster. You can't just bring these guys back and think, oh, if Jarrett Allen's healthy, they're going to be okay. Max Strus like disappeared in the playoffs last year. Niang was fucking awful. There's just they need a 3-and-D guy. They need a perimeter player at the small forward position, and they need a better bench. The bench last year was atrocious at times. I mean, for most of the time, they'd come in, they'd score in bunches at home sometimes, but on the road, non-existent. So, and Darius Garland struggled a lot last year. Now, he had a lot of injuries, but if the Cavs aren't going to trade him, they have to think that he's going to get back to the rising superstar that he was. Because at this moment, I don't know what you get for him in terms of what he's making in the season he's coming off of. So, and if you're going to trade him, you're talking about trading a guy who was a lottery pick and who was arguably like one of the up and coming point guards in the league. You're trying to get a haul. Yep. You're trying to get players, first round draft picks. Like you're trying to get a crazy haul. And I just don't know if you're going to get that with Darius Garland right now. Especially if you make it widely known that you want to get rid of him. People are going to start lowballing you.
That's true.
So I think the Cavs, they got to retool. They still got work to do, but I like the new hire. He's got Jarrett Allen connections. He's got Donovan Mitchell connections. Hopefully he can transform the offense. The offense last year was just Donovan Mitchell go dribble around and shoot, or Darius Garland go dribble around and shoot. There was no offense. And that's why every third quarter the other team would make an adjustment and we would shit the bed. So I liked JB Bickerstaff. I called it 2 years ago that he was our transition coach, not our coach of the future. I got a lot of hate for that by some people, but it just became increasingly obvious. He was a good guy to get a locker room to like, circle the wagons, not be a dumpster fire, get them to play hard, win 50 games, 45 plus games, that kind of stuff. He's just, the X's and O's was so limited. Like he did not know his rotations. how to get any kind of flow in the offense going. It was bad. So I'm excited for the coaching change. I'm excited we have Donovan Mitchell back, but they got to retool a couple other things if they want to stay legit contenders in the East, because Boston's going to bring everybody back. All these other teams are.
Philly got better.
Yes, added Paul George. And then in the big move, Klay Thompson goes to the Mavs. I know that's in the West, but just some more basketball news. So I'm excited for what the Cavs are going to do. I'm curious. It's kind of nice that we have a team worth talking about.
I think that's that's my biggest takeaway from it was just it's a pretty big deal for the Cavs. Like, it could have went two directions. It could have been, hey, we got him to sign the extension, or we're going to probably be below mid, or rougher than that again for a while. So I think just that the extension, like you said, they're not done, but it makes you a legitimate threat as far as, top 5 teams in the East.
You hope.
You would think so. Yeah.
You would think. You got to get Evan Mobley and Darius Garland back on the proper ascension.
Yes. Yeah.
There was a definite lull, at least in offensive output last year for Evan Mobley until late in the playoffs, and Darius Garland was a shell of himself for most of the season. So you got to get those guys back on track. Hopefully Kenny Atkinson can do that. But I'm excited to see what the Cavs do. We'll see. It's gonna be a dogfight in the East, but getting him. I mean, we had a guy who grew up 35 minutes away from Cleveland walk away from extensions twice.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So to
would think, yeah.
So to get a guy who doesn't have any Cleveland connections to sign the contract extension, to me, that's a big get. That's a good job by the Cavs front office.
Yeah. Especially when the media seemed like the Cleveland media was trying to push him out.
Oh, everybody.
Why?
Yes.
I don't understand why our media wants to run out these very good players when they come here, immediately.
It's what
they've been trying to run Deshaun out since he got here.
Donovan Mitchell should have won a championship in the first week of the season, his first year here. That's the way they talk. You know what I mean? Like if at any point there's a rough stretch then he's a loser, he's a bum, he's not living up to what we gave up. It's awful. This is not the way the league works.
Yeah, I feel like I see the draft pick thing thrown around. It's like, why are people, at least the media, so obsessed with this draft pick stuff?
In what,
do they
in
not
basketball
really,
or
both? It seems like. I mean, they're obsessed with it in football. They're obsessed with it in basketball. It's like they're draft picks.
Especially in basketball.
Major crap.
Like you get outside of almost the top 4.
I was going to say 4 or 5, right?
They're almost useless anymore. I mean, you find your gems, like Klay Thompson was later, Draymond Green, who, I mean, I don't think he's as good as what his career has been, but he was put in a good situation. He's a 2nd round pick. You know what I mean? Like Giannis, I think was he top 10? I think he went to 16th or something like that. So there's some gems, obviously, but on a pretty consistent basis in the NBA draft, it's like top 5 at best. And maybe only your top 2 are actual superstar difference makers, and the other guys are just very good players,
like Darko.
Yeah,
or worse.
So yeah, and we've been over in football for the entire existence of this show for 4 going on 5 years. The Browns had top 5 draft picks for almost my entire life, and all I hear is about how we're a dumpster fire. So what good are those draft picks?
Fair.
Absolutely, man. The whole draft pick thing, it's wild. And it seems like there's this mentality. What's that?
It's a boomer way of thinking.
It is a boomer way of thinking, especially, and you look at the Cleveland media, what is it? A lot of these older people. And it's this mindset of you need to build your team from scratch. They have to be your homegrown guys, the guys you picked, you raised them, you develop them and everything. And that's how you build your team. It's that's just not the way of sports right now. It is big free agent signings in basketball. It is big trades in football. That's how these teams get built so well. This episode is brought to you by Omaha Steaks. Let's all take a minute to wish happy birthday to the United States of America. And there's no better way to celebrate America's birthday than with the best meats available for your backyard cookouts this 4th of July season. Right now, you can save 50% off site-wide during the Omaha Steaks 4th of July sale. So break out the grills and get ready for the 4th of July celebrations with Omaha Steaks. Get the burgers, the chicken, the jumbo franks, the brats, and of course, get the steaks. Those things are incredible. They've got appetizers, meatballs, wings. They've got desserts. They've even got wine. They've got everything you guys need to celebrate America's birthday with your friends and your family. Go to omahasteaks.com/dogs and use promo code DAWGS, DAWGS, when you check out, and you'll get an extra $30 off your order. So set off the fireworks in everybody's mouth with Omaha Steaks this 4th of July. Head to omahasteaks.com/dogs. Get 50% off site-wide during the 4th of July sale, and make sure you guys punch in that promo code DAWGS, DAWGS, when you check out to get an extra $30 off your order. Happy 4th of July, everybody.
Well, and so the Cavs sold their future in 2016. Well, basically 2014, 2015, 2016, they sold any kind of future they were going to have post LeBron for a championship. And it worked. We got one.
Yep.
Was it worth it?
Yes.
I'll tell you, as a guy who's at the parade.
Yeah, it was worth it, bro.
It was worth it for
Yes, it was worth it.
The few years after LeBron left and we were really struggling until, we started to make this turnaround. Worth it.
Yeah, I don't care.
I'll go through, if we win the title again this year, I'll go through 3 years of shit again. If it means another title.
I've got pictures of MGK on a fire truck on my phone right now.
Yes. I still have confetti from that on my bookshelf.
Wouldn't trade it for anything.
No. So yes, you be aggressive. Like, you think the Rams are mad that they didn't have a first round draft pick for 10 years when they won the Super Bowl?
Nope.
No. The aggressive team, if you play it safe and you're always cautious, guess what you turn out to be? You turn out to be the Green Bay Packers, who had 20 years of Hall of Fame quarterback play and one Super Bowl out of each of them. And that's it. In 2 decades. The Patriots had a quarterback for 2 decades who's a Hall of Famer. And they won freaking 6.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the aggressive, I'd rather be aggressive and it fail than just sit there and be okay with, I'm too scared. What if this doesn't work? It could be bad. No, grow a set of nuts. Go for it.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, if we're, just talking just strictly the draft pick thing, I mean, you got to have a GM like Andrew Berry, who obviously he was confident enough in himself to say, we can move these first round picks and I'm confident we're going to get players.
Yeah.
I can still get you players in the draft. I can get players in free agency. Deshaun Watson helps us get players in free agency. So let's go that direction. I love the aggressiveness. And has it worked out the first 2 seasons? No, not with Deshaun. Obviously we made the playoffs last year, but here we are. It's year 3. It's a whole new year and new hope. And here we go.
What's really funny is a lot of these people who are Browns fans who will complain about like the aggressive nature of Andrew Berry in the front office and this stuff. They're the same people who complain about the Guardians' lack of aggressiveness.
That's a great point.
All we ever do is get prospects and build up our farm team. We have one of the best farm teams in baseball. If our owner just make a trade or spend some money, we could be real contenders. And then come football season, it's what are we doing? We need those draft picks. We need all this money. They're the same people. They're the same people.
That is so right, man. Damn, that's a good point.
Yeah. It's called, those people will never be happy with anything. Like I said it before on this show, the Browns could win the Super Bowl and these people would complain and be worried that we were going to lose the parade.
Yeah, you're right.
Like, there's just no making them happy. They're just miserable people.
That's true. And I mean, being very involved in social media now with the show and everything, there are some very miserable people out there that's what they do. Like their whole existence, their purpose, their core being is built on being miserable. And it's like, damn, that sucks.
And they spend so much time on it. Like when we first started this show and during football season, I'm a little bit more active, but it is so like, I almost don't even hardly check our like I get on and check our Twitter, but it's just like I don't engage with almost just because I'm like bored and tired of it. I have better things to do with my time than deal with Twitter troll 69420 in my mentions talking about how we don't how is this your life? Like,
fair. Yeah.
What a pathetic individual you are.
Hey man, that they get behind a fake profile and a fake name behind their screen and their keyboard, and they are some tough cookies, man.
Very tough. The keyboard warriors.
Life losers. But anyway,
I digress. I didn't intend to go from Donovan Mitchell to rant about how I don't like people.
But that's what happened. That was a very good point, though. I love that point about, the Guardians, people complaining about them not being aggressive. And then you're right, football season, it's, why'd we give up all that stuff to trade for this guy or that guy? Because they're trying to freaking win.
Yes. Yeah. So we will move forward. We're beating a dead horse.
Yeah.
And I don't want to do that. I like horses.
No, let's talk about a horse that's coming back from the dead.
He died?
It looked like his career died.
This is true. Nick Chubb is that horse. I don't know. Hopefully that's okay with him. He's a workhorse.
It wasn't our best. That's not our best segue.
No.
But we got there.
I'd say it might be our horse.
Until you said workhorse, I thought it was our worst, but I think we saved it.
Okay. You're welcome. So Nick Chubb seems to be progressing very well in his rehab, coming back from the gruesome leg injury, doing some workouts back home with his running back trainer.
Yep.
He's been working out with Aiden.
Aiden Robbins.
Which is really cool to me to see him kind of working out with another guy, a guy who we kind of have high hopes for the Browns if he can crack through and make this roster, which we all think he has a great chance of doing.
Yeah, we interviewed Aiden Robbins, so if you guys are interested, go back and check that out. It was a really good episode.
Yep. Great guy, great kid.
Mm-hmm.
So, but are you guys surprised based on like what the trainer said in the interview in terms of like, I had to ask him which knee was hurt because the way he was moving, I couldn't tell. And just a lot of the stuff that Nick Chubb has been doing, he's only 7 months removed from his last surgery. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like, are you guys surprised at all at the progress he's made?
So to me, like, it's super encouraging news, but I'm also, part of me, I think I'm just trying not to get caught up in all of it. Like, cause part of me is so hoping like all of this is true. Knee is recovering fine. He's going to be available early on in the season. Like, and I guess I just don't want to get too excited and like bought in and, and part of me too, I don't want Nick Chubb to have to like rush back. Like, I don't want you to rush back and then you just go and aggravate the injury, second quarter of the first game. Like,
and then it becomes like a nagging.
Yeah. Then you're,
And
which is already going to be tough, you would think. You know what I mean? Like, you're coming off of a terrible injury, but like, great news. I like, as a Browns fan, I'm super excited, but also I just want to take it with a grain of salt.
I've been telling, because I've been posting stuff and some of the videos that his trainer Brad Lester put out on Twitter and stuff, and people are pumped about it and seeing it. And I just keep telling people he's one of one. Mm-hmm. Not many people can go through what he went through and be where he is now. If you go watch the videos and everything that were put out there, he's jumping, doing sideways jumps, landing on that left leg, just his leg, holding his body weight. 7 months removed from that second major surgery to repair that thing for the second time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I'm with you. Like, I'm not blowing expectations out here saying, oh, he's coming back against Dallas. We're going to, he's going to carry the ball 20 times. That's not happening. But this is so impressive. Just as from a human perspective.
Yes.
It's giving Adrian Peterson
vibes.
Yeah. That's a
good
vibe check.
Like when he goes out with his ACL and comes back with like 8-9 months later and
T1000
almost broke the single season rushing record, missed it by under 10 yards or something crazy. I don't know if I'm going to predict Nick Chubb to break the single season rushing record this year, just because
that would be next year.
I think we're going to throw the ball a lot. I saw this on Twitter. If you want to kind of get an idea of where maybe the Browns mindset is, where they think his recovery, I saw this, it's been a while back. I think it was by Jack Duffin, the guy who does a ton of like contract stuff for the Browns. Like he doesn't work for the Browns, but he breaks down contracts and talks about possibilities and that kind of stuff. He said he expects Nick Chubb to be ready at the start of the season because of the way his new contract is written. There's a lot of incentives, and he doesn't think the Browns or Nick Chubb would have lined up this contract the way they did with these kinds of incentives for him to get his money if they anticipated him missing a fourth of a season or half of a season.
Right.
So I don't know. Maybe that's speculation on his part, but to me it makes sense. Like if the Browns, if I'm Nick Chubb, I'm not agreeing to this very incentive laden contract if I know I'm going to only play 8 games.
Right.
You know what I mean?
This might be dumb. Maybe I missed. Did they release what the incentives are?
I don't know. I'd have to go back. I saw this like over a month
That's
ago.
where I'd be interested to see, because if the incentives are something, it's like, well, he could hit that in half a season. Then it kind of gives you an idea. I was just curious if they had released that. If anyone's seen it, drop it in the comments. Let us know.
I didn't know. I literally just remembered seeing it as you guys were talking about it. Yeah. So I'd have to go back and look more. But so that could be a little bit of telling you where the Browns mindset is at. But I'm with you guys. We thought his career was over.
Right.
Now, I mean, it happened week 2. It's typical about a year for this injury to be back. And then a lot of times though, like you can come back and play, but you're not like yourself again for maybe another 3-4 weeks after that.
I would say even the next year. Like I feel like
no way.
I'm saying, look
a
at
2-year injury.
Look at some of no, I'm saying I'm not saying being out for a whole year, but I'm saying to be that guy again, like Breece Hall and like Javonte.
I'm with you. I wouldn't
guys.
expect Chubb to be what we know of Nick Chubb this season. I still think even if he comes back in the second half of the year, he's going to be on a snap count. I think it'll be a lot of split workload.
I don't think so.
You don't think?
Guys,
full send.
Guys, this is 2024. He's 7 months out and he's already cutting. He's not.
I know. I'm
not saying to go out and play. I'm saying there's guys that like tear their ACL and they go out there and they'll play the whole season.
The Achilles is way harder to come back from. Like
the Achilles is a career ender.
I'm not saying ACL is like a walk in the park, obviously, but like it is far from being like, it's not going to keep you from being yourself for 2 years. Not if you're an elite athlete.
He didn't say 2 years. He said a year. Like this.
Until upcoming.
Which would make it a 2-year, which means he's going to come back and play this year, but not be Nick Chubb again until the following season. I would say if he's back, say week 2.
Yeah.
And then he's finding his footing, getting reacclimated to being hit, just getting back into the groove of things. I'd say by like week 8 to 10, you should really start see Nick Chubb like hitting his groove.
That's kind of what we think now, right? Because we think he's going to miss probably 4 games. And then I'm kind of with you. I think he's going to be on some restrictions at least for a while, So I don't know. I get what you're saying.
I think if he's back and he's medically cleared, he's getting carries.
I think it just depends on how and
what's
again,
the point
we're
of
sitting here.
What's the point of restrictions? If he's medically cleared, it means he's not at risk.
Well, I mean, the point of restrictions, honestly, it would be because he's been out of football shape since week 2 of last year. So he, again, getting hit and all that kind of stuff. And then,
yes, I could see maybe some snap count restrictions for like a week or 2.
It just now, and again, please don't anybody take this as me throwing shade at Nick Chubb. If anybody can come back from this injury and be his same effective, dominant self, it's this dude.
Yeah.
But we did see, like you mentioned, Breece Hall, Javonte Williams last year. We see some of these guys, and they're younger. They come back from this injury the next year, and they're just not very effective to start with. Like, it just takes a little while to get that footing under them and get back up to speed. And, Nick Chubb being a little older, I could see a snap count or a split workload if he's not being as effective. Maybe not necessarily injury prevention, but more so just effectiveness in the offense. Again, if anybody can do it, it's Batman.
Yeah, I just don't. I guess to me, ineffectiveness isn't even on my radar.
With Nick Chubb, I mean, it does seem silly to talk about.
I'm not saying week 1 he's going to be prime Nick Chubb, but like I would say, like I said, a couple weeks he's going to be. I see him if he's back, he's medically clear and he's 100%. Within a couple weeks, I expect he's to be Nick Chubb.
And we'll know more as like training camp and stuff unfolds. Like, is he even out there getting work? Is he off to the side? Like, what is the progression of that? I mean, so Brad Lester, the trainer, said, we're going to be doing this type of training that they saw in the videos here. He said, we'll be doing this a lot over the next several months, probably twice a week, and then 3 times closer to training camp in late July. He said he wouldn't be surprised if Nick Chubb was available for the season opener on September 8th against the Cowboys. Quote, but I also wouldn't push it too much. Take your time because you want to have them for the long haul. You want to have him around the week 7, 8, 9 when you're fighting for the division. So kind of basically what we've said, but it is good to hear these guys talking about, well, we're not ruling out the beginning of the season.
That's crazy.
If they were already saying, oh yeah, it's definitely going to be half the season out, then yeah.
I'd say you could expect him back probably anytime between like week 1 to week 5.
That's fair. I wouldn't be surprised if he was out for like a month, for real. It wouldn't shock me at all.
If you started the season on PUP, is that 4 games?
I think so, yeah.
I think so. So that could be.
So I could see him coming back if he's on the PUP, and then week 5 he comes in and gets maybe 10 carries somewhere in there, and then like they really start ramping him up, and then like a couple weeks later he's feature back again.
And honestly,
by week 8, 9, he's getting his workload. He's playing.
I think a lot of it will depend too on just how effective has Jerome Ford and Deontay Foreman or potentially Aiden Robbins been those first few weeks that he's been out. Like if one of those guys comes out and they're just like killing it, they have the hot hand, maybe they ease Nick Chubb in a little bit more.
Yep.
If we're rushing for 2.8 a carry, it's like, damn, we need Nick Chubb back.
And back now.
Different story.
Not to like change the discussion a ton, but did you see the pictures in this article of Aiden Robbins standing next to Nick Chubb? Nick Chubb's not a little dude. He looks like a middle school kid standing next to Aiden Robbins. It is wild. I was like, these are both professional athletes.
Nick Chubb is a big running back.
They play the same position. Nick Chubb's a big running back, and Aiden Robbins dwarfs him.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
He is a large human being.
Mm-hmm.
Like he is, man, if he can put it together, have a great camp. I mean, he's a large man.
6'3", 240, 45.
Yes. I was like, holy crap. He's making Nick Chubb look small.
And he's a quick player too. He's like that one cut and go.
Yeah.
Get downfield. I mean, or get up. I'm excited for Aiden Robbins. So it's going to be fun I hope we get up to training camp. We can meet him.
Yeah, me too.
Be blown away by his girth in person.
Jesus. Okay.
Speaking of girth.
Oh, I thought you guys were caught up on the blown.
No. Okay. Well,
Let's talk about meat.
yeah.
That is our next discussion.
So, yeah, I'm excited for Nick Chubb.
Yeah, me too.
So let's move into our next draft. We are going to do a 5-round snake draft of the best dishes for July 4th for cookout.
This episode is brought to you by Manly Bands. Dog Pack, if you followed the show for a while, you know that I recently got married. I got my wedding band at Manly Bands. Now, I opted for something a little more simple, so I just got a plain, simple, gold, polished band from Manly Bands, but that's not everybody. And I'm telling you, they've got so many cool different designs and materials available. They've got bands made out of Jack Daniel's whiskey barrels, meteorites, even dinosaur bones. It's so cool. Just head to manlybands.com, check out the selection, see what they have. They've even got build your own bands if you want to make a custom style band for yourself. And right now, use promo code DAWGS, DAWGS, at manlybands.com when you check out, and you'll get 25% off your order. 25% is a big deal. So make sure if you guys are looking for a new wedding band, Blake mentioned last week or two on the show that, he's lost a lot of weight in the last year. And so his wedding band is a little too big for him. So he's thinking about getting a new one. And I told him, I said, just go to Manly Bands, see what they got. And the 25% off your order is such a great deal. You really can't beat it. So at least go check it out, see what they have. They've got some really cool stuff. And again, promo code DAWGS, DAWGS, if you decide to buy one, and you'll get 25% off of that purchase. If you don't know your ring size, you can order a free ring size guide. They'll ship it straight to you. You can punch out the little rings and put them on your finger to see which size fits you best. And then every single band you order comes with a free silicone ring for whenever you want to work out or go swimming or whatever you need a silicone band for. You get one for free shipped with your purchase of a Manly Band from manlybands.com. So check it out. Again, manlybands.com. Use promo code DAWGS for 25% off your order.
So is this including beverages or
Yes.
is this
Food and drinks. So like we are building our roster of our cookout spread or whatever. This is what we're putting out.
In round 1, pick one, I take girth. All right. Do you have a randomizer here? So we can, what's the draft order?
It's gonna be so awful.
Well, since you went first last one, let's just move it this way. And it was you, Justin, me. So we'll go Justin, me, you.
Okay.
How's that?
I'm going first.
You got the 101.
Okay.
Blake, are you typing these in?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. You don't have a 101 ready to go?
I do, but I don't know what you guys are going to do, and my memory's terrible, so I don't
Get
want
a little closer to that mic there,
Yeah.
homie.
Okay. 101.
101.
4th of July cookout.
Yeah.
Give me some baby back ribs. Some ribs on the barbecue.
Fancy guy over here.
That's right.
Huh.
That's right. Give me them ribs.
101 goes baby back ribs.
Let me get them ribs.
Interesting. Is that what you would have done at 101?
No.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I think I get my 101 at 102.
Yeah.
I'm taking beer.
Beer. That's a good
I'm
selection.
taking beer. I'm not having my 4th of July cookout with everybody coming over without some beer.
Are you talking like some Michelob Ultras?
Whatever beer they want, it's going to be there.
All right. Well, so
You get 2 in a row.
Oh, nice.
Snake drafting, baby.
Yeah.
Fuck this up.
So I like a nice girthy hot dog.
Okay.
But it's not just a hot dog. It's got to be cooked on the grill, charred up a bit with some barbecue sauce on it.
Oh shit. I've
Barbecue
never tried
sauce
that.
is good.
Barbecue's on a hot dog, huh?
And
I'll put cheese on it
not
too.
Like
okay.
And like I don't put, if I'm having like a steamed hot dog at like a baseball game,
Yeah.
it's ketchup. But when I'm cooking my hot dogs on the grill over a fire and I'm charring it up and I put it in that bun, squeeze that girth between the buns, I lather it up with some
I'm going to try a hot dog with barbecue sauce. Not what you're talking about.
Some barbecue sauce, some Sweet Baby Ray's on top of a little bit of a burnt hot dog. That's where it's at. That just makes me, I bite into it and I hear American Eagles screeching in the background.
I would do an eagle sound, but I don't know I can pull that off for you. All right, well, why don't you pick something else?
All right. So then I know this is going to be really surprising. I went with a big juicy meat dog for my first pick, and then I'm going to go with a dessert for my second pick. But for me, it's going to be some homemade ice cream.
Oh man, I was hoping I'd be able to get ice cream. Darn it.
My dad and my brother make very good homemade ice cream in the ice cream maker, and it's top notch.
Well, I mean, you get ice cream in general, so homemade, store bought, soft serve, whatever.
You guys can't pick ice cream, but my ice cream will be homemade.
That's fine.
Sorry.
That's
It's on
fine.
the record.
You
can't make me change it.
Well, oh boy. Okay. Well, I guess if I'm back up, then I would like burgers.
God damn
Cheeseburgers,
it.
please. So I got beer and burgers. I got actually, those are like my top 2 picks. I'm feeling pretty good about this draft.
You know,
It's not your turn.
Oh,
yeah,
God.
it is.
Yeah, now he's got 2 in a row.
2 in a row.
all right.
It's weird being in the middle.
Jesus Christ.
I've never heard you say that.
All that girth.
Can I give me a nice big old chicken breast?
Man, Justin just all
grill.
the meat.
I'm grilling out. And then with my second go, how about some like macaroni salad?
Ugh,
No?
Okay. All right.
that's such a white thing for you to want. I just said macaroni salad.
What the hell you want from me?
So very, very clearly, since I was fielding like all the responses from everybody for our first draft last week, I think I was the clear winner, but Justin was right there.
Yeah,
You're the clear winner. The clear winner.
Yeah.
Oh,
Joe, go back and look. You don't even have social media, so you won't see.
I
the
got
comments.
a bone to pick with everybody.
0 votes, Blake. Not one person did I ever see comment that you won the draft.
Which is ridiculous. First of all, I had Peter LaFleur, who everybody loves dodgeball, and I had Brink. Okay.
You did have Brink.
I had Brink on there. So I don't know.
I thought that would have gotten you at least a couple, but
So a couple of people they were like, oh, these are nostalgic. I know, because they're good. They're great.
Yeah.
And
it turned out the Adam Sandler stuff worked out for me.
yeah,
People
a lot of Adam Sandler fans out there who never watch any other good movies about him.
Other good fictional sports movies.
Okay, so I'm back up. I've got beer, burgers, and I want chips. I want all the chips.
Sucks, man.
Doritos, Lay's, whatever, barbecue chips. I get all the chips.
It's a go-to side for me also is chips. I was going to say chips. Lord dang it. So then I guess I'm going to go with like a baked, like legit mac and cheese.
Okay.
Oh, mac and
It's
cheese.
good.
Okay.
Like
good
baked,
choice.
like I'm not talking about Kraft.
No
box
I know
shit.
exactly
I'm
where
talking
you're at.
like
like the nice.
give me some bread crumbles, throw in the
I know,
oven,
yeah, I'm with you, bro.
450, 20 minutes.
Yep.
Yeah. Seasonings. So I'm going to go with some mac and cheese. Oh man, what else do I like? I wanted to say something, but I won't have any chips to dip it in. What about some of those like those little? They're like the anti-girth, the mini wieners.
Mini wieners.
You mix with like the barbecue sauce and the grape jelly,
right?
And then not pigs in a blanket. It's like the barbecue sauce, grape jelly, mix it up, and you put them in a crock pot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Like the little jelly wieners.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
They're just real little. You can put like a lot of them in there at once.
Yeah. You just did my like meatball recipe, but
but with wieners.
Yeah.
Yes. So
Cool.
I'm going to say jelly wieners. I like those a lot.
I'm not shocked to hear it. Okay. All right. And that was your 2 picks, right?
Yep.
All right. So I've got beer, burgers, chips. Justin just gave me my next pick. I'm so glad you said meatballs. I'm going to take some meatballs.
Oh, what the? Okay. I just wanted to comment too that Blake has double hot dog picks going.
Yes,
on
he does.
now.
He does.
Double wiener man.
Is there any surprise?
Double wiener guy.
I can have my hot dog in this hand, and I can have the little jelly wieners in this hand, and I can just go back and forth between which one.
Oh, Lord.
Cool, man.
We're not going to be able to put this episode on Big Time Sports. Or if we do, I'm not going to be able to show my face in the community.
That's fair. That's fair. Am I up?
You're
Last
up.
2 picks?
Your last 2 picks.
Oh,
Justin
man.
has baby back ribs, chicken breasts, and macaroni salad.
How about...
You can put raisins in that? Like,
No.
okay.
No, it's something like coleslaw, but like with like macaronis.
I know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about.
I know what
right?
you're talking about.
Thank you. All right. Give me, how about pulled pork? Pulled pork sandwiches.
Okay.
Justin isn't about,
Some barbecue.
I do like pulled pork.
Yeah.
All right, Justin, this is your last pick.
Last pick. How about give me some s'mores from the campfire? The whole
not a bad
s'mores
pick.
move.
No, me and the wife, we have s'mores semi-regularly.
S'mores. Yeah, I'm a big s'mores guy.
Put the kid down, go in the backyard. I'll start up a fire, get out the s'mores basket.
Yeah.
Just start
Go
roasting
get it.
marshmallows.
Yep.
I carve a stick up. It's like the manliest
I
thing
haven't
I
had
do.
a s'more in a while.
Burn it. What are we doing? We burning the
Oh, no,
the tree
I'm
chemicals
like,
off? I don't know what we're doing there.
I'm a
I don't
great
know.
marshmallow roaster. So I like get the flame and then I get my stick and I'm waving over it, just getting the perfect toastiness.
I'm a spinner. I'm a high spinner like that.
Like a rotisserie marshmallow.
Yeah. I'm with you 100%. Everything you're doing, I'm talking about it with you.
Okay. So now that wraps yours up though, right? You done?
Yes.
Yeah, I think so.
You're all done. All right. So for my final pick, I'm
No
taking
drinks. Justin's going to be thirsty.
Yeah, no drinks at his
gonna
party.
I'm taking stand outside with the rain.
I'm taking
ahead.
cake.
Cake.
Taking a good cake, good 4th of July decorated cake. It's going to be a good time. Got to have a little dessert to go with all that good food and beer we're doing at my party.
I do like a good cake.
Yeah.
I'll share some of my ice cream with you.
No ice cream at my shindig.
So that brings it back to me for the last pick of the July 4th draft.
The girthiest one ever.
Yes. I need a drink, and I'm going to go with like some fresh lemonade.
Oh, I knew it.
Oh, okay.
It's always real hot on July 4th. You get a nice fresh squeezed lemonade in there.
Yep.
Maybe put a little vodka in it.
Yep.
I didn't know if you were going to go with like something like that or pop.
I don't drink a ton of pop these days. So
We can tell you look great.
just call me.
Losing that weight.
That's right.
I'm just less fat guy, still black cheeks guy.
Right. That's it. Yes. Gray bush.
That's what they're going to be calling me next.
Guys, the YouTube comments are great.
So, well, that rounds out the draft. Let us know what you guys think. Who has the best plate? Whose cookout are you coming to? I'm serving up hot dogs and barbecue sauce, homemade ice cream. If you're lucky, I'll have some cookie dough to sprinkle over it. That's an old house treat. Some baked mac and cheese, some little jelly Oscar Mayer wieners, and you're going to wash it all down with a fresh lemonade. That sounds damn good.
Doesn't
I
sound
just
too
went from
shabby.
6 to midnight.
So if you're coming to my 4th of July cookout, you're drinking beer. We're going to have burgers, cheeseburgers, hamburgers, whatever you want. I got chips, meatballs, and we're going to eat some cake.
When I first looked at cake, I thought it said Coke for a second. I was like, Josh's party sounds lit. Maybe I'm going to go to Josh's party.
Fuck your party.
Yeah.
I might, let me look through here real quick. Okay. So I have, ribs. Don't even bother coming to my party. My party's just.
I was going to say, I think I know how this one's going to go.
Chicken breast, macaroni salad, s'mores, and what else do I got?
Pulled pork.
Oh, pulled pork, yeah.
Based on the
meat.
macaroni salad pick, I'm going to assume this chicken breast is unseasoned.
No, it's seasoned. Seasoned salt.
This is unseasoned chicken breast. It sounds awful.
Barbecue.
So that rounds out the draft. Let us know whose party you guys are going to, whose cookout. This was another fun one. We're enjoying doing this stuff, this kind of off the wall fun stuff here in the off season. A lot of guys in the dog pack have been telling us that in the off season we should just kind of start dicking off in the episodes a little bit. Just letting you guys, just letting you guys kind of see what we are like in the after hours episodes and what we're like in the Discord. We're not always just so serious, like when we're talking about the Browns. I know we're very business-like, very professional. But yeah, we wear suit jackets sometimes during the Mad Dog Awards. So we're usually very buttoned up on this show. But in the off season, we decided to just cut loose a little bit. So we appreciate you guys being here, hanging out with us. Let us know in the comments who won. I better get some love on this one. Nobody gave any love to Andy Brinker, but I better get some love for my little jelly wieners. But we appreciate you guys being here, checking out the show. Let us know what you guys think about the Cavs situation. How pumped are you to Donovan Mitchell signing his contract extension? Let us know what you think the Cavs need to do going forward in the offseason to keep up with what the other teams in the East have done to remain legit contenders for an NBA championship. Let us know what your expectations are for Nick Chubb this season. Or how are you feeling positive about his current rehab and the progress that we're hearing about? Again, we appreciate you guys being here, hanging out with us through an off season. We got some really cool stuff coming up. Have we announced anything that we're doing in the next couple of weeks? Are we allowed to announce it? Is it official, or should we just keep it under wraps?
Let's save that for next week because I got my one of the final meetings this week to wrap up the final details of the really cool thing we're doing. And if it's all good to go, we're going to be not in studio next week.
Yes.
So
cool
we can announce it then.
Yes, we will have some really cool stuff. Hopefully it is finalized on Friday. And we want to announce it because then we'll be very sad and look like frauds if it falls apart. But as of now, all systems go. We're very excited. So make sure you guys stay tuned. Make sure you have the notification bell tapped because you're not going to miss any of the stuff we're putting out in the next couple of weeks. Again, we appreciate you being here, and we'll see you guys sometime next week.
Thanks for listening to another episode of the Dawgs Podcast. Make sure you subscribe on YouTube and follow us on Twitter at the Dawgs Podcast. Get your thoughts on the show at thedawgspodcast.com.
This episode is brought to you by Danger Coffee. Browns fans, we talk about how Danger Coffee is made free from mold toxins that are in 45% of the world's coffee, but that's not all that Danger Coffee has to offer. Mineral and nutrient deficiencies are a big deal. They make you feel sick, tired, stressed, and they can give you brain fog. These deficiencies negatively affect your immune system, your digestion, sleep, metabolism. Have you ever wondered why you get an initial burst from your coffee, but then you get that little crash not long after? Danger Coffee's patent-pending process remineralizes your body with more than 50 trace minerals and electrolytes, leaving you more energized, engaged, powerful. These micronutrients enter the cells to boost performance. They bind to toxins to provide detoxification support. I know that sounds like a lot, but the bottom line, guys, is minerals matter. And most of us really don't get enough of them on a daily basis. Danger Coffee delivers micronutrients. Plus, it gives you access to the minerals you already have. Head to dangercoffee.com, use our code DAWGS, D-A-W-G-S, for 10% off your order. And that code can be used over and over. So you get 10% off every order you make using code DAWGS. It's time to start every day off with a cup of coffee that gets you going and actually keeps you going. dangercoffee.com, code DAWGS.